as Kenya, we are a ranking member of the African Union, a strong member of the African Union. And we have just gone through the electoral process. It was a democratic process where the heads of states were, in accordance with the articles of Constitution of the AUs, were renewing the leadership. So they voted. It was a tight race, as you may have seen. The rules of procedure were followed, but the tally between Kenya and the leading candidate from Djibouti, it was very narrow, 22-26. And then, because of the rules of procedure now pulled the candidate with the fewer votes out, then Djibouti took it in the final round. So, by all standards, the Honorable Raila put up a very, very gallant fight for the AU leadership. But we now must respect the outcome. He himself conceded and respected the outcome. President Ruto on the floor of the House also conceded and said we respect the outcome. And they all affirmed to support the victor because the African continent is more important than any individual wishes or desires. So, ladies and gentlemen of Kenya, who are my brothers and sisters, my message to you is that now this is behind us, let us look forward. And if I had an opportunity in my role as Minister for Foreign Affairs, any other Kenyan who will have been nominated or agreed at cabinet level and is vying for a seat, whether it is in the UN or whether it is in the AU itself or whether it is in any other international body, one of the mandates of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs is to lend support to the Kenyan candidate once adopted as a Kenyan candidate. It's not about whether the candidate has won or not won. Okay? So we must move forward now and we must build the African Union. East Africa's process is like the SADC war. We wanted to have a holistic view because this conflict is consuming both the SADC and consuming both the East African community. So they were coming together as a joint team so that they all talk from the same page. Okay? So that we don't look at it as if it is about two regional clubs, blocks in an antagonistic perspective. The war is not between EAC and SADC. Right? This is the message that we need to get out. So there's no competition between EAC and SADC. It's a question of harmonizing. Nairobi process is named Nairobi from an East African city. The Luanda process is named Luanda process from a SADC city. So we are trying to get them together, have one oversight, report to the AU eventually, but we have that. That is why Uhuru is a facilitator from Nairobi, and President Lorenzo was facilitating the Luanda process. So the idea was to see how you can broaden, including infusing one or two leaders who may not necessarily be from the two blocks to help in bringing peace in DRC. The Luanda process is about the relations that are interstate, that is between DRC and Rwanda primarily. Okay? So they are at interstate level. The Nairobi process is about intrastate, the bringing together the various groups inside Rwanda, including the M23, so that there can be dialogue amongst the Congolese. So those are two. But you will find that they are intertwined. Okay? So you have to have sight of both processes because they feed into each other. And it's on the basis of this that the SADC summit, SADC and EAC joint summit, made a recommendation that President Lorenzo, who is also now the chair of the African Union, should have an oversight of both processes.
Le président João Lourenço de l'Angola, la destruction des infrastructures économiques, sanitaires, scolaires.
Sus Excelencias, Jefe de Estado, miembro del Consejo, Presidente de la Comisión de la Unión Africana, Excelentísimo Señor Antonio, y brindar el apoyo necesario a la población de una hoja de ruta de la Unión Africana, colaboración con socios regionales e internacionales para iniciativas que han visto entorpecidas por los civiles. 5. Promover una tregua humanitaria. La crisis que atraviesa Sudán no debe ser enfrentada mediante la acción por vuestra atención.
Telles qu'elles sont. La réaction de l'Union africaine a été immédiate. Ordinaire du CPS au niveau des chefs d'État.